9 Web Design Tips to Help Create an Effective Site. A website is one of the most important ways in which startups can get the boost they need, with a variety of different marketing strategies applying to the propagation of an online presence that a business maintains. The great thing about web design is that there are a number of tips that you can apply in order to fully understand how to create a satisfactory website that potential customers are going to love. Provided below are some tips that you can use to help create a great website. 1. Avoid using sidebars. A lot of web designers seem to think that using sidebars would allow them to create a user-friendly interface. However, you should also keep in mind that fact that such an interface does not look good, and looks matter a great deal. If you want your site to have a solid impression on anyone that comes upon it, you need to realize that the first impression they get is going to depend a great deal on the overall aesthetic appeal of your site. There are other ways to make your site user-friendly, so you should avoid using sidebars. 2. Create a blueprint. If you want to ensure that your site comes out looking perfect on the screen, you need to start by creating a physical outline of what you want the site to look like. Pen and paper is a great medium for doing this because it ensures that the design has real-world applicability, and would give your web designers something to work towards. Starting a website on an application is a huge mistake that could result in your site taking a much longer time to finish because it would require you or your designer to backtrack a lot. 3. Mind your font size. Readability is an enormously important aspect of web design. If your text is not readable, you are going to have a difficult time maintaining a high retention rate for the people that come upon your site. Hence, you should try your best to ensure that the font size you use is as large as possible. This is going to boost readability and it would really improve the overall aesthetics of your site as well. Larger font sizes are also quite useful when it comes to SEOs because users would be more likely to create backlinks. 4. Be minimal. Web design needs to have a great deal of empty space. This is important because it allows all of the important features of your site to stand out, thereby making it a lot easier for you to improve aesthetic appeal. Empty spaces also give users some breathing room while they are on your site, allowing them to look around without having to deal with cluttered information bombs. It is important to use space as efficiently as possible, but keep in mind that having empty spaces is a very important part of maintaining a high level of readability. 5. Use responsive design. We live in an era where smartphones have become one of the most popular tools for browsing the internet. Hence, you should bear in mind that a large chunk of the people that would be using your site would be viewing it on some kind of phone or tablet. In order to accommodate the various users that would come upon your site, you need to use responsive design, which would help you ensure that your site would have the right size and format to provide optimum usage for people that aren't using computers or laptops. 6. Focus on navigation. When you are creating a website with multiple pages, you are going to have to put a great deal of emphasis on improving navigation as much as you can. This is because your users are going to need an easy way to get from one place to the other. Navigation in this manner can be optimized through the presence of a search bar. One powered by Google is ideal, and you should try your best to incorporate certain elements of design that would show users the various web pages you have to offer as well. 7. Use as many images as possible. Images are an absolutely essential part of web design. If you use the right kinds of images, you are going to end up retaining a lot of the users that stumble upon your site simply because they would be attracted by the aesthetics of the images you are showing them. Using infographics and the like is also a very good way of optimizing aesthetic appeal and ensuring that you always have the right kind of web design for SEO, as web crawlers respond to image-heavy sites quite favorably. 8. Use the right colors. This goes for everything from your images to your fonts and even the overall layout of your site. Avoid bright colors as much as possible, because they tend to make your site look quite tacky. Additionally, your font should be colored black or at most gray. Any other color would greatly reduce both the readability as well as the aesthetic appeal of your site. Images are a great way of adding color without changing the theme of your design. So a great way of ensuring that your site gets the best response possible is adding a bunch of extremely colorful images to the layout. 9. Choose your fonts carefully. You obviously already know that Comic Sans is one font that you should avoid like the plague. If you want your site to look official, you should choose a serif font, but a sans serif font can be great if you want your site to seem approachable. Times New Roman is a great, sober option for businesses trying to look as professional as possible, while Calibri provides a great sans serif options for web designers looking to create a fun layout that would entice users and make them want to stick around. Thank you.